I couldn't believe the lifestyles that they came from.
It took me 3 years to get into a decent, settled school, and still taking me a couple more years to find a actual place to live. My mom is an alcoholic, and I haven't seen her in, I think, 3 or 4 years. My dad has gout arthritis throughout his entire body, and he's crippled. The first thing I did when I moved in with my friend Shauna, got signed back up for school. I'm trying my hardest. I'm still doing school. School is my main opportunity. This is what I came here for. But I am still trying to get my brother out of what I went through and put him in a place where I'm at now.
My parents were not always there for me. They sometimes they'd be out partying while I was at home doing stuff in my teenage years. I got into bad things. Then my parents were arrested for things, and my aunt took me in as one of her own. Grades are one of those things you got to keep up, and sometimes you don't think about that. That's the one thing that keeps me going is school.
But when I was 10, my mom kicked me out because I always fought with my brother, and then her boyfriend tried to do stuff with me, and then I tried to tell her about it. She flipped out on me, and then it wasn't good, so she kicked me out, threw all my stuff in the yard. I had to get it because I want everything situated, and I want to wear the same clothes over again. I don't like that. And then I got a job, so it's actually nice where I can get my own clothes now. And right now I have all A's and B's, so it's good.
And then everything was A-okay until I was like 5 or 6. That's when my mom decided to tell me that my stepdad wasn't my real dad. Then I started having anger problems. I guess I felt betrayed. Like really bad anger problems, like I almost killed my mom 3 different times. It got so bad that I was put into a mental institution 5 to 7 times. And when I got back, they just never helped. Then I went to my grandma's house. She always made me feel safe. I lived there 3 or 4 years. Came back, I still had anger problems, but I could keep myself under control. And then my big brother, Anthony, started making poor decisions. And then I started making poor decisions. He's in prison right now. My parents and I are just like too poor. We can't buy decent shoes. I'm wearing pants that are always too small on me. I have very few pairs of sweatshirts. We're just like scraping by, barely. My mom's always too stressed because she's got to watch 5 kids. CTC is like my way out. That's why I chose to do it in the AM. That way I don't make any bad decisions at school.
My dad, December 23rd, he passed away at 5:30, I think it was, 2 days before Christmas. It was weird for a while. I kind of gave up on school. I didn't really care anymore. I think, 2 years went by, and my mom had weight loss surgery. She got a boyfriend and started hanging around him a lot more, and the drinking just got worse and worse. I didn't care about my work. I really didn't feel like there was a purpose of it, and he was really the only thing in my head at the time. Yeah, I went to school. I never missed any days, but I didn't really care about it. I don't really let it get to me. Sometimes it sucks really bad, but I tell him, I said, hey, you never give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your other parent, and to always press forward, and that I know life gets tough, kid, but you can't give up.
The last 3 days, I've haven't been coming because my dad was in the hospital and he has heart failure. I moved in with a bunch of people. I now live with my sister, her 3 kids, her husband, and my whole family, like my mom and my boyfriend and his little sister. And it's just been hard to focus. And dad in the hospital, sister going to jail, and school is the last thing on my mind.
He used to be a very big drug addict and just drinking a lot and smoking pot a lot, and now he has a medical card for it, but he does it constantly, and it's to the point if he doesn't give it the fix, then he's a completely different person. He's hit me multiple times, we've got into fist fights, I've broke his nose, we've thrown things at each other. It's a very blown up situation, and my mom can't physically leave him only because she has me and my sister and can't support us on her own. Don't let yourself get absorbed in that.
I think I had troubles with it because of all the stuff that was going on in my family right then. My parents just got divorced. I got a little bit better about it when I got a little bit older, but then back in the 7th grade, my dad went to prison, and I started having troubles again with my anxiety, and I had trouble sleeping. I'd just wake up the next day and not be prepared because I just wouldn't feel good at all. Either 9th or 10th grade, my brother was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and he would stay up all night blasting his stereo, not listening to my mom, and treating her terribly. And then when I'd wake up in the morning, I'd just be depressed because he'd still be up and he'd still be terrorizing her or me, and I wouldn't get any sleep. So after that, I decided to leave home. So living with both of them makes it hard on me. I'm just glad I moved out because as soon as I moved out, I'm doing a lot better.
My dad was becoming a teacher, so he's getting a better job, and we were moving around. So we were moving around, I just met different people, and with the different people I met, I just got into the wrong people, and with the wrong people, got in definitely to the wrong stuff, and started, doing drugs and stealing and fighting, and I didn't see any importance in school or anything like that. I thought it was ridiculous. I thought it was all a joke. There's just there for us kids to be occupied with so we can get out of the house. I ended up going to jail for a while. Spent a whole year already in jail. And then I've gone to rehab. Spent 4 months in rehab and trying to get off opium and methamphetamines. I moved back here to, try and do better, stay away from that kind of people. And I moved back here and I just helped my mom out because my mom's disabled and can't work or anything. I have to help pay bills and all that stuff. We barely make it back, but we make it. That's all that matters. I really had to realize what my priorities was and get everything straight. Realize that school is not a joke. You really do need school, especially if you want to go somewhere. And, now that I'm older and I look back and on the times that I was doing all that stuff, and really regret a lot of it. Some people's life at home is hard. Some people have to take care of their parents and not have their parents take care of them. And some people shouldn't be taken care of by their parents also. You can't judge a book by its cover. That's a good place to go with that.